Okay, so it's finished up full time at the Charters Community Stadium, Winchester City 1, Truro City 3. I'm joined by Craig Davis after this afternoon's game. Davo, an interesting encounter. Um, talk me through your take on the game.
Fine words, Matthew. An interesting encounter. Well, I mean, we watched them before. Thought they were the best team in the league that we've seen comfortably. And we were expecting a tough game. Obviously, they come into it top of the league.
Yeah.
Fully expected to be right up there. There's, I would have thought there's pressure on the manager to take them up.
Mm-hmm.
So we were expecting a tough game, and we got a tough game. They're a good, very good team. They play a style that will cause a lot of teams problems. So I thought we dealt with it quite well.
Mm-hmm.
It's about fine margins. It's a very cliche comment, but we play some fantastic football.
Yeah.
My worry is that that's the second game in a row now at home that we've been beaten without deserving to be beaten.
Yeah.
Certainly to the levels of 3-1 and 3-0. But I think we've got to keep going and keep battling on what we're doing. We're not going to change what we do. We're going to have to keep playing football. I thought we played some fantastic football today. It was just those little fine margins, and some of those fine margins, to be fair, were referee related.
Yeah.
So we could come on to that, but we've been let down massively by officials today.
Mm-hmm.
And then beaten by a good team. So I'm not going to cry, too much over it. It was a tough game. We've been beaten by a good team that celebrated like they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and credit to them. Everyone, wins at this level are tough, but teams coming to us, little old us, and celebrating to those levels are, shows that we're not that rubbish a team, are we?
No, not at all. I think you could, like you said, the way they celebrated. We're obviously considered a scalp. So totally get that one. So looking back at the game, obviously, not long into the first half when we lost Warren Bentley to injury. Do you know sort of any update on that one?
I mean, he's carrying a knock. It was a big turning point because he was running the show, to be honest, and looking a real thorn in their side with what he can do and the abilities he's got, and it just ebbs away at bits of our know-how on the pitch as well. I don't think it's major, but we need a break.
Yeah.
He needs a break. So we'll see with that. Hopefully it's not too far away, but that did have a little bit of an impact in the game, I thought.
Aside from was there any other knocks that you can tell after the game, or any other issues with any of the lads?
No, it was good to obviously get Simba back out there. Integral member of the group. I think the world of him, as everybody knows, and it's been horrible not having him as an option. So great to see him out there. And again, he caused us a few problems when he came on. But no, other than that, sort of clean bill of health, really.
Yeah. So obviously, as you alluded to a bit earlier, it was a very tight opening. Truro obviously nicked a goal. Arguably, I'd say we were probably the better side before then. And then, it was still very hard fought. And then midway through the second half, the dynamics of the game changed very quickly, with a couple of red cards, and then further incident followed. What's your take on the red cards?
It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Absolutely nothing more or less than that.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was a foul for the free kick on the edge of the box. It was about the third or fourth foul. A couple of them we were a bit naive to give away, I thought, but that one wasn't.
No.
And he's, that's gone 2-0, which is a big, big mountain to climb then. But we believe we could get back into it still.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lad got sent off for petulance, really.
Yeah.
They can defend it if they want, but silly. And then Baz got booked for that incident, why he got slapped on the bum.
Yeah. As you do.
As you do. We thought they booked Baz. Turns out he thinks he's booked Archie Wilcox a few minutes later. Archie gets booked, and he sends him off. But not only that, he didn't send him off straight away. We made a sub because we were making a sub at that point, assuming that there was no reason to worry about anything. Took off the right back to put on a forward player, and our centre half got sent off from nowhere. So complete mistaken identity. Linesman got involved. I don't know what he asked him. I've got no idea what the situation was with that. So that killed us.
Yeah.
To be honest, absolutely killed us. We got round pegs in round holes all over the pitch at that point, and obviously we should have been a man up. And then late in the game, the lad we brought Sylv down. We can debate whether or not it was a penalty. They can think it wasn't, but if he's given it, how's that not a yellow?
Yeah.
How on earth is that not a yellow? So, arguably could have been 11-9. And
Yeah.
Then I mean, it was late in the game. I can't put all of it on that, but those decisions were massive in the game, really, and our ability and our lack of belief that we had at times in the game, which I think we just need to learn where we're at this level. I think the 2 games that we've had at home have been good yardsticks against good teams, particularly today. They'll be up there, there's no doubt, and they knew they were in a game.
Yeah.
They knew they were in a game, and they knew they were in a game. I'll leave it at that.
Like we said, their reaction at full time suggested that one.
Yeah.
Another one that hard to say from where I was at. I'd say it was questionable. When you talk about fine margins as well, their third goal, offside, onside,
massively offside. Offside. Linesman was too busy having an argument with us about trying to defend the referee. Yeah, probably. The respect thing about referees has to be there 100%, and I've got full respect for them. But sometimes you just you can't.
No, exactly. And sometimes you think the officials have a bad day, they need to hold their hands up there. Anyway, so it was good to get a goal later on in the game, and you could tell confidence lifted very quickly once Silvano sort of reduced the deficit, and you sort of felt another 10 minutes. If the game was a little bit longer, then
we needed a bit longer, and what was it, 10v10 at that point?
Yeah.
So we didn't even have an extra man advantage. Obviously, they were trying to catch us on the break a little bit. What we didn't do enough is work the keeper enough. We played some great football. I think anyone neutral would watch it and go, "God, they play a nice brand of football." But I don't want us to be a soft touch that plays lovely football. Oh, they're good to watch and gets beat 3-1s and 3-2s, and we need to learn. We'll learn quickly. Mm-hmm. We learned after Poole. We picked up 4 points away from home.
Yeah.
Got 2 more hard games against fancy teams coming up. We've got Sport and obviously Met Police next week, and we'll train hard this week and get ready for it. So
as you say, a couple more tough home games coming up. First of all, Met Police. What are your views looking ahead to that one?
Good test. A good club that have been right up there every year for the last few years. And a great result today, but they're a good team, good club, and it'll be a real stiff test for us. So now we'll look forward to it. We need to count the bodies of who's fit again and get back. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 extras back and see what we can do from that perspective. But we'll look forward to it.
For sure. Well, David, thank you for your time today, and look forward to catching up with you next week.
Yeah, no worries, mate. And good luck to Truro for the rest of the season. I'm sure they will do very, very well, especially if they can beat us 3-1.
Cheers. So I'm joined here by Simba Mlambo after City's 3-1 defeat today at home to Truro City. Sim, first of all, before we talk about the game, great to see you back in a City shirt. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good actually. It's one of those. I was a bit disappointed to get injured when I did. What was it, the penultimate pre-season game before
that's
started, which is always a horrendous time to get injured just before the league starts, and be looking forward to obviously starting the season off. But it kind of is what it is. It was about making sure I recovered well, and try and at least get on a consistent arc to recovery in the past of maybe kind of rust things, and have a bit of like a rainbow arc, if you like, where you get too high and then straight back down. So I was just happy just to be patient, and really glad just to be involved with the team and to get some minutes today.
So it was great seeing you back out there. So obviously your first minutes in the Southern Premier League, how did you find it?
Yeah, well, it's a bit no different really. I mean, football can be really, really simple and straightforward if you do things right. I mean, for myself personally, it's bit of a different scenario today, where it's just about minutes and getting on and putting some work in, you know, challenging my body with obviously my groin and my injury and everything, and making sure I was putting in all the effort to help the boys with where we were. And actually coming on when I did with everything that was going on with the decisions today, you don't even think about that really. You don't think about difference in any level or anything like that at all. It's just about getting on and doing the best you can. So yeah, a bit of a different scenario, but it kind of is what it is. Like I say, it's about minutes and actually just getting on the pitch and giving what you can.
Yeah, for sure. So now you've got some minutes under your belt, obviously a week's training ahead before we're back here next Saturday at home to Met Police. What are your views looking ahead now? Do you feel in a position that you're ready to start, or do you think you've got a little bit more to go?
I've always got some things to work on. As I say, it's literally my first minutes being back. We've had consecutive games between, I guess, when I first either came back from injury, if you like, and was in with the squad, our last home game. So there's some training to be done. The boys, to their credit, have been playing well, and obviously that'll be a decision for the staff, for the gaffer. But as I said, I'm just really happy just to be involved again, to be fit. And it's just about progressing minutes and working on what I can to be in the best shape possible when I do get the call out for either starting a game or just coming on at any point.
So looking back at today's game, what was your view on it? How the game went? How we played? Tell me your view from obviously from the bench to begin with, and then when you're on the pitch.
Sure. I mean, from our perspective, we were a little bit disappointed coming in at the end there, because we were well on top of the game. You know, we controlled the game in large parts and had a lot of the ball. And from my opinion, you know, watching on the sidelines, I think they were just a little bit clinical. They only had 1/2 chances in the first half, one of which they took away very, very well. And we had several opportunities to get ourselves in good positions and to do similar. Sometimes those are the margins, but we've got a lot to be positive about, because, as I say, we played well again. With maybe a few things to either work on to get better at, to add that little bit of experience, and that just comes with gelling with the team a little bit more. We've got a lot of new players that are still kind of embedding those relationships, getting together, and progressing that really. And then, as I say, coming on, it was more just about adding something different maybe to what we had at the time, adding a little bit more energy, some fresh legs, but obviously with the sending off, it kind of changes everything completely and makes it just a difficult situation altogether.
Well, Sim, listen, it was great to see you back out there. Thanks very much for your time, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
No worries.